What if I told you the weirdest features that skyrocket home value, like a hidden room or a wild theme basement, are what's actually making sellers wealthy? These unbelievable 5 bizarre features are literally starting bidding wars, and you will not believe the value they can add. We're counting them down, so let's get into it. We're in a market where unique is a new luxury. Buyers are tired of scrolling through hundreds of listings that all look the same. Gray walls, stainless steel, laminate flooring, open concept, blah, blah, blah. In this ocean of boring, anything that stands out, anything that tells a story, anything bizarre can create an emotional spark with a buyer. And yes, the key word is emotional. And that means big money. These aren't your typical weekend warrior projects. These are the features that skyrocket home value and make a house unforgettable. They're the conversation starters, the you have to see this moments that make a buyer grab their checkbook and refuse to walk away. We've sifted through trends, talked to the pros, found the strangest features that are making sellers a fortune. Some of these are so weird, you'll think I'm making them up. But the value they add is no joke. Secret rooms and hidden passages. Coming in at number 5 is something straight out of a movie. Secret rooms and hidden passages. You can laugh, but the power of mystery is a killer sales tool. Think about it. We live so much of our lives online. The idea of a truly private, hidden space is the ultimate luxury. Whether it's a bookshelf that swings open to a home office, a fake wall in a closet that leads to a kid's playroom, a creepy, squeaky attic, or a staircase with hidden storage, these features tap into a sense of childlike wonder. And it's not just a gimmick. These spaces are incredibly useful. A hidden room can be a panic room, a private study, a vault for valuables, or a wine cellar. The key is that the space has to be functional. A creepy, dusty crawl space isn't adding value, but a well-lit, finished room that adds usable square footage, that's a massive win. Buyers must see 10 homes in one day, but they will only remember the one with the secret passage. That's what leads to multiple offers and a final price that blows all the standard comps out of the water. Over the top theme rooms. Alright, number 4 is a feature that walks a fine line between genius and just why. The fully committed over-the-top theme room. I know what you're thinking. Real estate agents always say to paint everything beige and get rid of anything personal. And most of the time, they're right. But we're not talking about a few movie posters here. We're talking about going all in. Imagine a basement that looks exactly like the bridge of the Starship Enterprise. A home theater that feels like a 1920s movie palace. A spare bedroom that's been converted into a Harry Potter library. When it's done with high quality materials and obsessive detail, a themed room can be a lottery ticket for the right niche buyer. You're not just selling a room, you're selling a fantasy. For that lifelong Trekkie or die-hard film buff, finding a house that already has their dream room is like hitting the jackpot. They will pay a massive premium to get a space they could never easily create themselves. Extreme and quirky amenities. At number 3, we've got extreme and quirky amenities. These are the features that make you stop and say, wait, they have a what in their house? I'm talking about indoor basketball courts, residential bowling alleys, and yes, even slides that go from one floor to another. A home gym is common. But an indoor rock climbing wall? That's next level. It's a statement. An indoor slide is just pure, unfiltered joy. For a family with kids, or even just an adult who's a kid at heart, it's an unforgettable feature that makes every single day more exciting. We all know a pool can add value. In some hot markets, it can add a significant premium. Quirky amenities are the next evolution of that. You'll probably never get back the full cost of installing a 2-lane bowling alley, but that's not the point. The value comes from positioning the property in a totally different league. It becomes the house with a bowling alley, justifying a price tag that's based more on desire than on what the house next door sold for. The luxury chicken coop. Our number 2 bizarre value add is probably the last thing you'd ever expect. The luxury chicken coop. No, I'm not joking. The new status symbol isn't farm to table, it's farm to your own table. Urban homesteading has absolutely exploded. People want to know where their food is coming from, and it doesn't get more direct than grabbing fresh eggs from your own backyard. But we're not talking about a rickety cage held together with duct tape. We're talking about palaces for poultry. These are custom-built structures that often match the main house, complete with automatic doors, solar-powered lights, and even heated perches. In affluent, eco-conscious neighborhoods, a clean, well-designed chicken coop signals a lifestyle of health and rustic chic that is incredibly trendy. It allows a buyer to instantly step into that homesteading life without doing any of the work. Invisible influencers, street names and house numbers. All right, we made it to number 1, and this is the most bizarre one of all because you have zero control over it. Your street name and house number. That's right, the words on your mailbox could be quietly adding or subtracting thousands from your home's value. It sounds crazy, but multiple studies have shown a wild link between street names and property values. Names that sound wealthy, fancy, natural, or exclusive tend to sell for more. One study from Agent Advice found that streets with regal-sounding names could boost a property's value, while another noted that streets named after a body of water could also see a significant bump. On the flip side, some analysis have found that streets with silly or unfortunate names can be valued as much as 20% lower than nearby, normally named streets. Even the suffix matters. Lane or hill often sounds more prestigious than just street. This is the ultimate bizarre factor because it's pure psychology. The name and number don't change the house itself, but they change how people feel about it. They create an invisible layer of prestige or stigma that has a very real impact on the price. So, there you have it. 5 bizarre features that are totally shaking up the real estate game. So I have to ask, which of these would you most want in your home? A secret room, an indoor slide, or a flock of chickens in a coop nicer than my first apartment? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this blog a thumbs up and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one.